A decade after he returned from military service in Afghanistan, U.S. Army veteran Chad Fross has watched Afghanistan fall to the Taliban with dismay, but not surprise. Take a look.
To be honest, I wasn't really that surprised with how quickly things eroded. And I hope that is remedied soon, because without their expertise and without their involvement, there would be a lot more dead coalition forces. I don't believe that things would have turned out any different no matter who was in charge or no matter when we decided to pull out. I think it's inevitable. But at the same time, I don't know how else the exit could have happened. In my opinion, I don't see things going any differently if there was a gradual withdrawal. The Taliban would have crept in. If we left slowly, they would have crept in slowly. We left quickly, they crept in quickly. Actually, they didn't creep, they rolled over everything. And, for the soldiers from every country who went over there and came back somehow damaged, I understand that feeling of this despair, where you ask yourself, was it worth it? With things going the way they are, was it worth it? And I can't answer that question. I'm saddened that the current U.S. administration is failing our allies, our Afghani allies who supported us and whose expertise kept many of us alive. I think that things have turned out the way they were always going to turn out, sadly. I think that misunderstanding the Afghan people and a tribal way of life was an error that certainly has led partially to what's going on. Coalition forces were there for at least 20 years, and training and all the millions and actually trillions of dollars that went into equipping the Afghan military just for them to turn around and run, for the Afghani president to flee when their country needed them the most.
Now, the mood was somber on Monday in the corridors of the Pentagon, where U.S. military personnel watched helplessly as chaos erupted at Kabul airport and privately criticized the slow pace of Joe Biden's administration in evacuating U.S. allied Afghans who fear Taliban retribution. Some criticized the State Department, which has sole authority to grant visas to former interpreters and other U.S. military support staff and their families, for waiting more than 2 months to begin the process for Afghans in fear of their lives.